That's gonna be it. The ice all over again.
Are you guys a match?
A blind date that lasts for 6 hours. Love can be found and money can be earned. Will the two participants end up being a match and stay for the night? Or will they part ways after 6 hours? Find out now on 6 Hour Match.
Sit on the other person's lap and look intimately into the other's eyes. Is it awkward yet? No. Just a little?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't think this counts. I don't think this counts though. But we did it
yeah.
for like 10 seconds.
Yeah, that works.
What is your favorite sex position?
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
I would say, I like doggy style.
Me too.
Yeah?
Yeah, that actually is like one of my favorites.
Yeah.
So. What do you find most attractive about the other so far?
Well, you're a great kisser.
Thanks, you are too. I would say your willingness and your humor. You have a very dry sense of humor, which I love. So.
I like your laugh. You have a really warming laugh.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Sometimes people tell me it's too much, so I'm like,
no, there's
he's like,
much
no,
worse.
Yeah. Thank you.
Have you ever cheated?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Once, but.
What was the instance, if you don't mind me asking?
I mean, I was drunk, but that's not a good reason. It was with a girl, we both had feelings for each other. Yeah. But we never even saw each other. And then I started dating another girl. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I went out to the bar with my friends and she was out there too. Yeah. And we just kind of happened, but.
That happens.
Yeah.
Oh, I never would have thought that, you're just so sweet, you're so kind, and that you would cheat. But yeah, I was like, oh.
It was interesting to see just how open she was about cheating, how we both were.
I feel pretty good about the way things are going.
I think the direction is going pretty well. Again, it's just the conversation just seems normal. There's not really a lot of awkward pauses. It's actually, moving the conversation forward, which it's very rare to find with anyone really.
I guess, I don't know, we'll see. I'm excited.
That is terrifying.
There it is.
Oh, goodness.
Communication is key in a relationship. Put headphones on with music and take turns guessing what the other person is saying. If you guess what the other person is saying, you get $10. For every wrong answer, you have to grab a jelly bean. You get 5 words each.
I have 2 guesses for each word.
Hopefully you get it right. Good luck.
Well.
Generator.
What?
Generator. Generator.
Chase your drinks?
Close. Yeah.
Library.
Librarian?
Not the person, but the thing. Library.
Library?
Yes!
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Daily steam.
Change the tip? What? Pussycat doll.
McDonald's?
We suck at that game.
Blind date. Blind date.
Blind date?
Yes!
Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
Right. That's it.
All right.
Good job.
So I did the slightly better job, getting 2 for 5. She was 0 for 5, but I maybe could have been a me error, not reading it well enough to her.
I can read lips, but not that well, apparently. I was also just really distracted, just thinking about other things too. So I just kind of really want to make out with them right now. And yeah.
But no,
Oh, we were supposed to take the beans, right?
Oh,
Okay,
shoot.
so I got 5 wrong.
All right, so you take 5, I take 3.
Okay, no, okay.
Oh, this one's bad.
God, this is disgusting.
Which one is this? It tastes like cat litter.
Like a rotten jalapeno. Okay, oh my God, dear Lord Jesus, let this be coconut.
Nope, spoiled milk.
Oh, I can't eat this one, I'm sorry. I can't finish these, I'm sorry.
Oh, we gotta finish the box.
That's not a funny joke, actually.
That would be a good bonus. I would finish the box for some extra cash.
For these, do you finish the box for these?
I'm still on the fence about spending the night. Part of me is like, yes, definitely do it. Other part of me is like, I don't know if I want to go that fast, that quick. But I'm not 100% sure yet. I don't know. It's game time.
We hope you win this challenge. The person who knocks over the tower will receive 3 loser assignments and has to pick which one he or she will complete. Every loser assignment will have a price attached that you can earn by executing.
Good luck. Jeez.
Good luck.
Okay, I think that should be fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, going for the base.
Always have to start at the base.
Okay. Oh, I have to. Oh, man. Nice, nice. Oh, these are all very taut.
Those will come in handy later, though.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Okay. There we go. Okay, that was. Oof. There you go. Nice, nice. That one's kosher. For sure. That's oh, no way!
No effing way!
So you still have to place it on top.
Can I lick it for good luck?
Oh my gosh. This is BS. Okay, here we go.
Go to bed. No way.
No effing.
Whoa. This is insane. I know you gotta be very careful. It's got very little play. It still has some play.
I feel like anywhere I go, though.
No way. No way. No, a second level? Oh! I knew it! Jenga!
Oh!
Ooh,
We're so close.
It
I
was.
literally was right there.
it was close. I almost lost it there. I shook back and forth.
I'm super competitive, but I also was like, oh, he hasn't like won ever in Jenga.
Loser has to pick. 1, call the last person you had sex with and tell them you have an STD for $50. Give the winner a kiss for 10 seconds or longer on the spot of your choice, $50. Lick the bottom of the other person's foot,
That's foul.
$25. That's a weird one.
I'll go with number 2.
Number 2?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
But you have to give me the kiss over here.
Okay.
Well, I have to give you the kiss over here.
Okay. Okay.
Kiss was great. Definitely felt a little connection.
So I kind of, when I was reading the options, I kind of was like, okay, she's probably gonna choose the kiss because you've already done it.
I mean, why not?
It was a $50 one too, so. And she kind of added that little touch of going on the counter. That's a signal if I've ever read one. I can't read that well. I can read that for sure.
Everything feels really great. I love our vibe that we have. I love that he's like kind of a little quirky and a little awkward sometimes, but I think it's so cute. It's actually like kind of a bit of a turn on and I'm like, oh, it's really adorable.
But like, I don't know, Well, there you go. Oh, geez, strip pong. All about the hard facts and general knowledge.
Okay.
Those facts that you learn at school that you think you will never need again. Guess what? They might come in handy now. Play strip pong. Fill the cups with alcohol and take turns in trying to throw the ball in one of the cups. Once you throw the ball in one of the cups, you must answer the question written on the card. For every right answer, you get $10. But if you get the answer wrong, you'll have to take off a piece of clothing. Good luck. P.S. Helping each other's not allowed. Okay. All right,
Okay.
so you can go first.
Because we're good luck?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, good luck.
Okay.
Nice. All right.
This is the question I don't know. In what year was the first iPhone released?
Oh, you don't know that? I can't help you, right?
01?
It's gonna be 2007.
Shit, really?
I'll take a sock off. There we go. Okay. Okay.
I'm actually really bad at beer pong.
I'm terrible at beer pong.
What are the 5 colors of the Olympic rings? So red, white, green, yellow, blue? Ooh, that's what I think it is. Red, yellow. Oh, black?
Oh my God.
What?
No way!
There's no white. There's no white. Wow. Oh, I'll take my shoes off. There you
Take
go.
a shoe off?
Yeah.
That's not fair. I have my shoes off.
I'll take both of them off.
Yeah.
This is the most random. What is color is a giraffe's tongue?
I'm gonna go purple. What? I want a refund.
It's blue.
How many teams are there? Are left after the 8th final? Sweet 16, Elite 8, Final 4, and Championship.
Yeah, so it has to be 4.
Yeah.
Oh, 8th final. Well, your turn.
Would you like to start watching unreleased videos or have access to videos that you won't be able to see on YouTube? Just head over to loveverified.com and start watching now.
Yeah, it's a straight line. Hey, you did help.
Buckets.
What does USB stand for in the computer world?
Oh, even I don't know that one.
Really?
Universal Storage Beta. I don't know. Universal Serial Bus. How about that?
Okay.
Better?
All right, I guess it's the ice all over again.
Oh, if it would have bounced off though?
Who played the lead role in the movie Scarface in 1983?
Al Pacino? Wasn't he Tony Montana?
Al Pacino.
That strip pong was interesting. I've never played strip pong before, so
That strip pong game was one of the most brutal games of pong I have ever played. And I was in a frat.
a lot of those questions were not what I learned in school. A lot of them were very cultural.
I would say they're a little too hard.
I definitely feel like there's a little bit more chemistry. I feel like he's definitely starting to open up and loosen up. And yeah, I think, I don't know, like hopefully he saw something like, you know, chom chom.
Oh yeah, she was definitely sending signals. She was like putting her butt on the back as a backboard. That was definitely a signal.
I kind of not expected him to like kind of loosen up a little bit, but I definitely was excited to see him break into what I felt like I knew what he could do.
$370 win. That is great. I thought that pong game, I thought it was done. I thought we were gonna be in debt. I thought we were gonna have to go to a debt collector after that game, but we don't. But we're good. Oh, geez. All right.
Hey, Melissa and Anthony, the 6-hour date has almost come to an end. It's time to rate your partner from 1 to 10 based on looks and personality. After that, you decide for yourself whether you want to hang around for the rest of the date and have some more fun, or you call it off and part ways immediately. Yikes. Staying for the rest of the date means you're a match and that both of you get paid the money you earned as a couple in full. Leaving the house means not only breaking up with your match, but also leaving the cash behind. Good luck. You can find all the tools in the toolbox. Write down your answers separately. Once filled in, you may go to the booth together.
Should we go upstairs?
Yeah.
Would you like to start watching unreleased videos or have access to videos that you won't be able to see on YouTube? Just head over to loveverified.com and start watching now.
Ready?
Okay, looks. I said out of 10, 9. I said your height and your face are everything.
All right. So for looks, I said 9 as well. I said you have gray hair, rich eyes, and great backside.
Style, I gave you a 10. Comfy casual is always the way to go.
Yeah. Style, I said an 8. Very nice, very uniform.
An 8. That's a little rough.
Oh,
Do you need some color? Like what?
It was just one note. It was black,
Okay.
black, and black.
It's the New York thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Personality, I said 10. I love your quirkiness and just like your way is like really nice, and your sense of humor is definitely like up my alley.
Personality, I said 10. Outgoing, easy to talk to, a very seamless conversation. So
Yeah.
I thought that was that's why it was 10.
Okay.
It's just
Yeah.
very yeah.
Are you guys a match?
I put yes because of the sense of humor and then also the connection I felt when we were kissing. I was like, oh my God, this is like everything.
I put yes as well. Just good. We got along well, great vibes, and seamless conversation. Yeah, it'd be hard to say no.
Yeah.
So,
Anthony, tomorrow morning you get to decide how the money you guys earned throughout the day gets split between the both of you. You guys have earned a total of $370 together.
Want to find out how the evening ends for Melissa and Anthony? You can watch the third and final part of their 6-hour date right now. Just click the link in the description to get in on all the action.